and gentlemen, I have the pleasure of inviting Mr. Albert Cheng, CEO of SPMA, to deliver his presentation, Project Lion 2, From Vision to Execution. As CEO of SPMA, Mr. Cheng has been instrumental in driving the association's strategic initiatives and strengthening Singapore's position in the global precious metals market. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big hand to welcome Mr. Cheng, please. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Good morning. Distinguished guests, industry leaders, members of SPMA, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, may I express our deepest appreciation to Deputy Prime Minister Kang Kim Yong for gracing APPMC 2026 as guest of honor and for sharing Singapore's vision for continued development of our gold market. For SPMA and the wider precious metal community, your presence sends a powerful message. It demonstrates that the continued development of Singapore as a gold trading and voting center is aligned with Singapore's broader position as a trusted, neutral, and globally connected financial and trading hub. Earlier this morning, we also witnessed an important milestone. The signing of MOU between Singapore Exchange Group and the First Group of Clearing Bank marks an important step in the development of Singapore precious metal market infrastructures. On behalf of SPMA, I would like to thank SGX Group and the participating bank for their commitment and leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, today is not the beginning of Project Lion 2. In many ways, it is the end of the beginning. Industry participants have discussed, debated, studied, and refined the idea of building a more complete precious metal ecosystem in Singapore. Today, we take an important step towards implementation of a holistic set of initiatives. This is my presentation. That's why my presentation is titled Project Lion 2, From Vision to Execution. Project Lion 2 did not begin with a ceremony. It began with a simple observation. Singapore already possesses many essential ingredients required to become a leading precious metal center. Why? Because we have trust, we have political and regulatory stability, we have world-class logistic and voting infrastructures, we have strong financial institutions, we have an international wealth management ecosystem. And we are strategically located at the heart of Asia, close to some of the world's most dynamic sources of precious metal demand and physical flow. But having strong ingredients is not the same as having a complete market. Market requires infrastructure, and market requires common standards, and market requires confidence. That's the purpose of Project Lion 2. It's not a slogan. It's not a branding exercise. It is our building the infrastructure needed for Singapore to become a more complete precious metal market. Markets are built on trust. Trust requires infrastructures. Infrastructure requires commitment. Today's announcement demonstrates all three. Over the past year, momentum has accelerated significantly. Following extensive consultation with industry partners, MAS and SPMA established the Gold Market Development Work Group earlier this year. Through constructive dialogue between industry participants and the relevant authority, several areas were identified where Singapore precious metal ecosystem could be further strengthened. This includes 1. Clearing and settlement, 2. Voting and logistics, 3. Product development, 4. Market standard, and 5. Operational efficiency. Today's announcement demonstrates that these discussions are no longer theoretical. We are seeing tangible progress and measurable outcome. On behalf of SPMA, I would like to express our sincere appreciation to MAS for its partnership throughout the journey. We would also like to acknowledge the support of and engagement of Enterprise Singapore and the various agencies that has contributed to this discussion and initiative. The development of a successful precious metal market requires close collaboration between policymakers, regulators, and industry participants. Each has an important role to play. The public sector helps provide a stable trust environment. Industry participants like us bring liquidity, innovation, and market activities. Today's MOU signing is important because it demonstrates that the industry is prepared to move beyond discussion and participate actively in implementation. Ladies and gentlemen, the hard work starts now. The next phase is not particularly glamorous. It is about drafting rulebooks. It is about establishing governance frameworks. It is about defining membership criteria. It is about aligning operational procedures. It is about legal documents, risk management, settlement process, and the market conduct standard. This activity may not attract headlines, but they are building block of market confidence. Every successful market is built on discipline. Every successful market is built on trust. And trust is earned through consistent execution. This is where SGX's role becomes particularly important. SGX brings experience in market infrastructure, governance, and operational excellence. Working alongside the bank and the industry participants, SGX is well positioned to help transform Project Lion 2 from concept to reality. We have ambitions, and we also have to be practical. The first phase does not need to be perfect. It needs to be credible. It needs to be functional, and above all, it needs to be trust. Our objective is to find the right balance. Enough structure to ensure credibility, enough simplicity to encourage participation, and enough flexibility to support future growth. Ladies and gentlemen, Project Lion 2 is based in Singapore, but the opportunity is much larger than Singapore. ASEAN is not a single gold market. It is a collection of different markets, each with its own strength. Thailand has a deep trading culture. Indonesia is a major producer. Vietnam has strong domestic demand, and Malaysia has an active retail and manufacturing sector. While Laos is developing its Bullion infrastructure, Singapore is well positioned through its financial, legal, logistic, and institutional strength to serve as a platform that can help connect this market more effectively. The question before us, therefore, is quite simple. How can ASEAN participate more meaningful in a global bullion market? How can we improve regional connectivity? How can we make physical flow more efficient? How can we raise standard and strengthen trust? And how can we create infrastructure that allow regional and global participants to transact with greater confidence? These questions are much larger than Project Lion 2, but Project Lion 2 is one practical step towards answering them. Singapore is well positioned to serve as a trust connector between regional market and the global bullion ecosystem. To provide a trusted platform where regional and global participants can meet, transact, and grow together. In doing so, Singapore complements other major gold centers and contribute to a more connected and resilient global bullion market. That's why This year, APPMC theme is Connecting Market, Shaping Future is particularly relevant. Because the future of the bullion market will not be shaped by any one country alone. It will be shaped by how effectively markets connect, cooperate, and build trust together. I have spent about 40 years in the gold industry. During that time, I have seen many ideas discussed. Some never move beyond the discussion stage. Others succeed because people are prepared to commit the time, the resources, and effort required to make them happen. What makes the difference is execution. Today, we are encouraged by strong engagement from policymakers, regulators, and industry participants alike. We have industry commitment, we see growing market demand, and we have a shared sense of direction for the next phase of development. Ladies and gentlemen, the opportunity is real. The vision is clear. The partnerships are in place. The work has begun, and today we move from vision to execution. And with that, I believe there is no better way to continue the conversation through the next session on ASEAN precious metal market architecture, where my colleagues from across the region will share their perspective on how we can build a more connected and competitive bullion market for ASEAN and beyond. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Cheng.